McCutcheon and the Apollo.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting that Mary Margaret could afford McCutcheon whiskey, because that was very expensive for Desmond, so she makes a pretty good teacher salary.
Oh yeah. In the black cap over here has been waiting a long time.
Well, back to the Blue Fairy, when you were saying why can't she help these people? Why can't she do this? And then going back to how she's more powerful than Rumpelstiltskin, apparently. I'm thinking it makes me think when people talk religion, how come God doesn't save people? How come God doesn't do this? And maybe she is some kind of God or something.
It's possible, or their version of God.
And has the limitations, she's not supposed
Although
to.
it's interesting to me actually. We don't know how their belief system works in the Enchanted Forest, but in several episodes people have said oh my gods, or they said plural, gods plural. So we don't know what their belief system is. So it's very interesting.
And in most mythologies and most theories, there's a balance in magic. And so perhaps it's not that the Blue Fairy is more powerful. She may be older. She may be an older power, but they may be in balance. Most of the theories are that you have to have the evil to balance the good, and the good to balance the evil. And you've been waiting a long time in the back.
I'm a really big fan of classic literature and all through, and I keep noticing with the Blue Fairy specifically, parallels back to C.S. Lewis with the Round Table and old power.
Magic. Yeah.
That, but also, forgive me for this, but more recently with Dumbledore, the Blue Fairy is acting not so much as neutral, but what she believes is the greater good. Now, whether it's good for the person who's going through it, that's a whole nother matter. She's doing good, and so that's why, as you brought out, she later on knows that he's worked with the Enchanted Wood before, so she goes to him with the tree trunk. She does what she believes is best. She sees that, and she tries to help Bay. Now, was that good for her? No.
Well, Rumple didn't go with Bay. That's his fault. To be honest,
That's
he was being a coward there.
And she offered him release from his personal curse.
Right.
Because if he left for a land where there was no magic, she would release him from the dark power.
But we don't know if she was doing that for his and Bay's benefit, or because she wanted to be rid of the Dark One. She loathed him.
Well, in nature abhors a vacuum, there would be
someone would take the
Yeah.
mantle eventually. But I would like to say, I almost think the writers wanted to throw jokes at True Blood, because fairies and True Blood and fairies and Once Upon a Time both, you can't really trust either of them. So I'd say everything we're going to find with fairies is going to be something they're going to carefully mind. They're not going to throw it all at once, because I think they do want to stick to mostly the same structure, which is we get one character of the week where we get kind of their story. Which, fortunately, I think they're going to take advantage of as many of these available characters as possible. Because, we talked about this before. The show may have been inspired by the comic Fables, which is a very similar premise where you have in the comic all these fairy tale and nursery rhyme characters. All these fictional characters are stuck in New York City, not by a curse, but because we, as children, believed in them. That kind of magic sort of created them, so they're kind of stuck here.
Well, I think it also really paid homage to Into the Woods as well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And you've been very patient. I'm sorry, you had a comment earlier?